With Easter Day comes, next race will go for number 3 and halfway mark, folks. Grand Valley Highway 1 Reverse and Racer Turbo Sports Car will be set and have a nice high RPM turbocharger to go prepared to be in the moment. Just in case to go by 830 horsepower and 648.76 performance point, that should give one good peak of adjustment to go faster up and challenge Daniel Solis in the Garage RCR Honda Civic EG model will go prepared in 5 laps. Just give a good moment and have a nice SUV to go for a major qualification to be entered in and challenge myself, just like using 2 pickup trucks on the Ford F-150 Raptor or Toyota Tundra TRD Pro with swap engine to be outfit in turbocharged aspiration. As I just went down to do some training in session at Autodrome Lago Maggiore for the same event, just to see how the Lamborghini Urus can actually to go for challenging with some few other sports cars for the type of turbocharger. I'll have to do some progress and ready up for the real challenge we'll be doing in the halfway mark during the third race in third week of April weekly challenge. Time to start, and 16th position, up I go, will be embraced to go for the heavy handling, and straightaways will go for the high RPM. Turn 1 clear by overtake Eco Fraga in the Toyota Super RC 1997 before moving on towards Emily Jones in 14th place for the BMW M2 competition. Just make a good breakpoint check, make it nice and neat, clean progression and racing line all together before having a next turn on number 2 tunnel. Steer well wisely and make a good exit before entered at the Grand Valley Bridge in Sector 1 at the end before early entered in Sector 2. Just like that, and gonna have to get behind with H. Akumoto in the Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth in 13th place before proceed on overtake. Alright, that's more like it. Short straightaway will give a good brains and bronze by the element of 50% for each style and rarity for my affixes. And there's Robert Heck in the BMW M2 competition in 11th place. So I had to get in there and have a good eye with 1 German sports car followed by with 4 European version along with 2 Japanese like the R33 Skyline and GR Super RC 2019. Hairpin incoming. I'll have to slow down and let for the other drivers will go through. That's more like it. Just make a good steady control and maintain balance is the key of racing discipline. Come on, just have to go overtake Jose Serrano in the same Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth 1987. Moving on towards the third sector at the final corner, down to 20.7 seconds towards the end of the first lap. Looks like Guy Barbara is in the lead, but looks like Kaj Berlin in the Maserati MC20 is about to be on the lookout onto the top 5 grid. But faster lap time has now cleared by 2 minutes, 11.610 seconds. We'll get there sooner to be expected. Okay, so I just really think about having a little bit more time of warming up practice is all I need to have a good perfection to go racing in clean style during the race of Turbo Sports Car. But as I just went down to do some early practice session at Autodrome Lago Maggiore Circuit is going to be doing some more procedure to go all in, but in that case, earlier perspective to be well uttered to be using on time trial, and one more thing to be racing up in Autodrome Interlagos. But good thing I just went there and I was so very much more tested to see how it feels for the Lamborghini Urus. We'll be challenging with some few other sports cars with FR, FF, and especially in all-wheel drive. Just have to keep going in. Just have to get behind with G. Mangalo in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 1999. Okay, that's more like it. There's Kashi Berlin in 5th place. I have a good eye on the MC20 hypercar in position number 5. This will have to give the Urus will do the pushing upper hand advantage. Just have to keep it careful. Good thing overtake T Yamanaka in the 2020 Toyota GR Super RC, followed by with Mikhail Hisao in the Subaru Impreza 22B STI 1998. But that was a close call. Just might need to have two Subarus while the MC20 is going in to be boxed in. So I had to catch up to Kosti Berlin. Time to go entered in halfway mark on lap 3. Update faster lap time in 2 minutes, 7.537 seconds. Okay, just have to keep it careful. Feels good for having a nice racing ride in today. Okay, close call. Now going back on chicane S. Just have to keep a good eye on Baleo Gallo in the 2020 Honda Civic Type R Type FL5. Just have to aim on the slipstream. Heads up. MC20 is going in to be attempted overtake on the Honda Civic. Heading back in Sector 2. Alright, got the outside. Just have to stay together and be under focus on the hypercar. Oh boy, this is going to be a closing edge. Hypercar versus FF Sports Car Turbocharged Type versus the Lamborghini Urus. That will be an interesting one-on-one battle to see who will take home the podium. So I got the fourth overtake and coming in to have the third sector, closing in and overtake Baleo Gallo in his FL5 Honda Civic Type R. Yeah, that's more like it. Third position and keep it nice and slow. And there's Daniel Solis in the Garage RCR Honda Civic EG model in second place. But there's nothing else can't stop the Lamborghini Urus, where the turbocharged high RPM is very much more faster to be succeeded as well. Let's go up on gear 6 towards the 7. They'll give the fourth lap, we'll be closing in. Pretty clever and solid fine work to go for a 454 expertise to have a nice turbocharged racing since Interlagos. But just for me during my free time since yesterday is all I need to do some practice of strategy to get things to have some specific turbocharged vehicles. But even perhaps the Lamborghini Urus can actually be serving the Maserati MC20 as a rival opponent. So it's getting closer, catching up to the Nissan C Performance 2023 on Guy Barra in first place. So I just really want to use my racing line today and succeed. Just have to be patient and wait. It's almost there, down 2.5 seconds left. Okay, terrific, splendid clean corner, and getting closer to do the opposite along with turn 7 to go clear on the inside. Okay, keep it nice and steady, and my UDRS Inspotec livery for the Urus is in the lead. It's going to be pretty heavy and fast, so I have to tame it and make it full well control. Just like taking 3 rounds on special event, and it's going to get a lot of more closing effort for the Lamborghini Urus if there's going to be having one additional race in Racer Turbo Sports Car. But just saying, that will be doing other if you're about to use the Urus in custom race. Just to give it one reserve opponent, will be doing much more actually to be in case it need to use with the regular AI or GT Sophie AI. So it's heading up to the final lap, and faster update by 2 minutes, 5.741 seconds. I start this time attack for the name of the 454 SUV will go crossing on fast corners, will do the line. Just have to keep working all the way, do the inside, and have the defense will go increase by 3.1 seconds. The faster it gets, the skillful for a 454 all-wheel drive layout, just like to be on a different layout on the front engine front-wheel drive on the Mazda CX-30 X Smart Edition 2021. But the Urus is still have a good potential for all-wheel drive that handles very well with corners to be driving on the tarmac. Steady as it goes. It's almost there to be in late morning by 10:13 a.m. So I just really want to use my racing line today and going to succeed. Final sector, just had to take the hairpin to go hill climb on the technical style. But luckily Koch Berlin has made it onto the top 3 position to be in 3rd, so I had to stay well defended and have 7.7 seconds on the gap distance still remains. But I hope Guy Barbera can actually have to pack up and go defense by facing with the MC20. Just only have one more corner to go after the last one. Sprint to the finish and have a good times ticking until 5 seconds will be going on the cue. Amazing work and make a good decimal placement by 2 minutes and 3 seconds. We'll have to take a good look after finishing up on checkmark number 3 to go receive by 2 more to go. First place and the Lamborghini Urus takes the win for a standalone 454 SUV to be fueled with a high turbocharged RPM. Total time in 10 minutes, 37.137 seconds, and here is my best 2 minutes and 3 seconds on the 5th lap, adding up by 0.670 seconds on the decimal. Good work and very remarkable to be indeed, and talented performance to go for a clean successful outcome by 135,000 GT credit. Will be proceed and have 16.2 miles as I just went down to do some practice warm-up session by 19.4 miles. Will give 1 roulette ticket and have the current total amount in 35.7 miles. There's 4-star roulette ticket acquired and 200,000 GT credit has now received and earned. Well, it takes a lot of concentration to get my act together and be like a commentary YouTuber for this main part of the content video. But sometimes, doing some WIP on set is all I need to get things to do a matter of seeing perspective. Now I'll have to do a playback position and give an order to be between and entered onto the Grand Valley Bridge. Got to be ready onto the capture thumbnail image. Take place between Koch Berlin in the Maserati MC20 and Baleo Gallo in a Honda Civic Type R FL5 2022 model. Just have to be preferred to have the next scene coming in. Alright, there's the spot right over here, and give the camera will be zoom out to give a nice better view. But it's a very good kind of a 454 SUV to be participate in Racer Turbo Sports Car, as I just really enjoy it before having one real part of the challenge, since my free time is very well to be experimental. As a matter of fact, it actually does to have some comparison between sports car and turbocharged crossover SUV, along with a swap engine to be using on 2 types of pickup truck. But after all, it actually does pretty much more helpful and do some helpful tips when you're using your own kind of favorite vehicle throughout in GT7. So here is the main spot right over here. Got to go quick capture thumbnail image and make it more basic to be indeed. Alright, just like that, and let's go to Blue Moon Bay Speedway and infield a reverse for the Nissan GT-R Cup for race number 4 as a stage in penultimate. as I still have my own liveries that needs to be imported to GT7 ever since the server shut down from Gran Turismo Sport. But I still have few of them available as I got one good J-Sister livery variation on the Nissan Skyline R32 GTR B-Spec 2 1994 with JT Diamond in it. Then coming in and accepted to go participate in race number 4, we'll do 5 laps in the second part onto the different course. But just only have one parts will be suggested to give a racing exhaust muffler and medium turbocharged RPM to be adding up with the sports soft compound tires. We'll do the faster all-wheel drive. We'll be going back on the rocks in a different perspective racing style. But one settings before start the race, we might need to have a quick briefing to get down to have some build settings. So I got the stop compound tires on the front and rear. Racing intercooler check is now been typed. Muffler, as I said earlier, along with a medium turbocharged RPM, and other else to have some few parts will be going adjusted and be on the main balance to go under by 650. So let's give a good charm and represent JT Diamond of the Diamond Platinum. We'll go racing into spotlight as I have to be prepared to go for a 3-second countdown, and 16th place will be climbing up to get up in first. It's about to go fast, heavy, and challenging to go respond in corners. So all I have to do is give it good racing fame and style to be achieved and accomplished. So I had to get behind on one of the two R35 GTRs in 2017 model to get there. Starting out to have the orange color is being dropped down onto 16. Short blind corner comes in towards the hairpin. First sector is going cleared already. Now moving on in sector 2. Alright, very nice, competent, and give a good fame and style. So folks, word on the street about the R36 GTR is becoming the first all-wheel drive sports car to be coming as a hybrid vehicle. Just like hypercars, but it's going to be very much more awesome to see a next-gen Godzilla just like the OG types to be listed as a gas-powered vehicle. For instance, the R32 Skyline is the original Godzilla, was released in 1990 as a Group A racing vehicle to have a nice type of the road-going homologation model. Especially to have some different versions of Skylines like the R33, R34, and R35 GTR since 2007 and in production in 2024. But still very popular, and I kinda say it's all about having different forms and generation for each Nissan Skylines and GTRs to have a one kind of a sports car to becoming as a true legendary Japanese road car model. But count me in to see how it turns out, but you might have to give your thoughts and predictions about the R36 GTR will be coming out by sometime around in late 2020s or early 2030s. But after all, it will be turns out to come up with a different form of ideas by Nissan and especially for Nismo. But all I can say is, everything is giving a good visionary will do a dot of creativity that turns out to have a new form of generation models, just like all the different images that related to the upcoming R36 GTRs, just like to have some different forms to be based off from the R34 Skyline. But I mean, no matter how, Japanese sports cars will be having a nice all-time popular brand vehicle will be coming as a hybrid. So I had to go focusing up on the second lap, almost there to have the faster run time to go update into 1 minute 23.646 seconds after the first run by the same time and have with 26.633. So I had to keep it nice and clean and moving up in the 5th place. And here's H. Goto in R34 Skyline GTR. Going back into sector 2. Just had to give a good push and almost there towards Takuma Sasaki in the Nissan GTR Nismo R32 Group A model 1990. It's only down to 5 seconds left. Got to keep going. and have the last two remaining R35 GTRs in position 1 and 2, while the JT livery of the R32 GTR B-Spec 2 is still remains on fourth. With the Sports Top compound tires, it'll do very well and gently to have some few turns with some elevation to keeping around on Blue Moon Bay Speedway in Infield A. But no matter how few other events that never been tried out to go on Infield B. But I don't know how it happened, but we might have to keep a good watchful eye out on upcoming weekly challenges for a special event which is very much more good enough to have an Infield A to go on Blue Moon Bay Speedway to be on the forward or reverse direction. But maybe I shall see, but I'll have to think about it to give a prediction. When is Infield A for a special event will have to be coming out soon. So it's getting closer. Got to keep it working all the way and due for the last two remain R35 GTRs 2017. But no sign of the 2017 model counterparts, but that will be doing much more clear and proceed to be the possible way to get there before reaching up in first. Okay, very challenging to get close. Just need to get things to stepping up. But my basic trait, we might have to switch it up to go into advance. Alright, just like that. Just get a little bit more bumpy control, and Slipstream will be going in onto the left side towards the final lap. So I had to catch up on Jay Tsuji. He is a very good formidable R35 GTR driver. But I'll have to do what it takes and give JT Diamond to cheer me on and work it for the win. Just think fame and think passion in style. Alright, that's more like it. Going defense, and I just took the lead. Still yet achieve and resourceful to go faster up to have my current faster lap time in 1 minute 21.228 seconds. Right well to be easy and toughen up to go turbocharged and advance. Almost there. Just make the final corner to get there and stay on the main short section towards the final corner as the brake zone is right on the bat. The OG R32 Scotland GTR with my OC JT Diamond is about to take home the podium, and the fans are about to be cheering on to be reaching up towards the finish line. That's more like it. Just like Autopolis International Racing Course, since Nations Cup and weekly challenges to be achieved and accomplished for #1 win. For checkmark clear, one more to go, and it's going to be heading up to the Nürburgring for the World Touring Car 800 by the Endurance. Third lap still remains and give a total time in 6 minutes 54.346 seconds on Infield A reverse of Blue Moon Bay Speedway. And that's not all. Clean on the bonus, succeeded by 105,000 GT credit, will be going current update on my balance to be right at in 64,868,350 credits. Just only have 61 miles and momentarily to have a working session to do some matter of time with my very own warm-up session to get things to do acting perspective. Now for the content replay in number 4. Give a playback and prefer to be spot at 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go back onto the middle lap in number 3. So I got the capture thumbnail ready up and have the front view. We'll go for the scene spotlight to get closer. There we go. She looks very adorable, right? Well, I still like it. Just give one of the J sisters to have a nice smile view and proceed to go entered on race number 5. And almost forgot one more thing to be switching up onto a different racing outfit, so I'll have to grab the Ferrari 458 Italia GT3 with Ferrasica Mayday variation and the same type of the outfit with a helmet and race suit. But I'll have to do this quick and just have to skip it in onto the next part.